Welcome in to Start Sit, different day, in a different background, in a different headset, and basically different everything for me. I wasn't here Wednesday. Shout out to Hutch, Young Fantasy Mind, for filling in for me on Wednesday during championship week, but excited to be here to discuss everything that has to do with championship week. I'm in only one, sadly enough, but we're here to help every single one of you. We have Josh, Faith, Ryan, and special guest Seth joining us for this one. Stick around, stay tuned, ask any and all of your questions over the next hour. And of course, remember, we are giving away a signed Chris Godwin jersey at the end of the show. Let's get into it. Absolutely electric intro by me. Go ahead, Faith.
Proud of you.
Oh, hold on. It's unbelievable. Why can't I unmute
There
Faith?
we go.
That was weird. Faith, were we hitting the mute and unmute button at the exact same time?
I didn't hit anything. You just didn't unmute me.
No, I hit it twice, and it told me can't unmute your guest for some reason. So, you're not a guest. You are logged in under the show. Go ahead, continue. It's Saturday, championship week. I'm in one league. I don't care.
I love Saturday mornings.
Anyway, as I was saying, starts a different day. Welcome to 2022. Joe's word for 2022 is clearly humility. He's embracing it fully.
It's IDGAF.
That's not a word.
That's an acronym for
It's
5 words.
5.
So technically, 5 letters put together is a word. So I win.
Idgaff.
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 Chaos.
Nestle.
Welcome to Saturday, Seth.
Hi, Seth.
I appreciate it, man.
We're much
Starts
more
a different
professional
day.
on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
That's good. That's good. It's a new year.
Yeah.
It's a new year, but it's the same us.
New year, new me.
No.
I worked out this morning, so I'm feeling good.
I made breakfast this morning and drank coffee because I'm hungover.
I
Smart.
projected fantasy football stats because I have no life.
I like
job,
I
Brian.
crawled out of bed 40 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job.
I was out slightly earlier because I had to make breakfast. But
That's okay.
again, welcome, Seth, to this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Party.
I appreciate. Been a big fan of Club Fantasy FFL for a long time. Been a big fan of all you guys individually as well. So awesome to be here. Also, like Josh, crawled out of bed maybe about an hour ago.
Did you crawl out of bed or off the couch?
I crawled
Yes.
off the couch about 6 a.m. and then
He
found
said-
my way to my
He
bed.
said no
So,
comment.
Yeah. Been an unrestful evening into the morning, but we are here. We're ready to answer some questions, man.
We're
Let's do
here
it.
for you.
We are here. We are here. We are here. Sorry.
Yeah.
apparently
Say
everybody else
it
is
more.
struggling to get up this morning too. So
Well, yeah, it's New Year's Day. So I don't know if you saw my tweet, but we can talk about that. I have been at my parents' house for the last 2 weeks in the North Georgia mountains, home of your Orange Bowl champions, who are going to.
Congratulations, you beat a Pee Wee football team. Like now go beat Alabama. Like
I was gonna say we're gonna get curb stomped by Alabama, but YOLO.
I think. You did.
They live in the mountains, and on 4th of July and New Year's Eve, around dark is when the ever popular game is that fireworks or is it gunfire starts. And usually,
What?
my parents have a guy who live up behind them on the hill, and he must be a millionaire because you just hear him shooting off guns, and it's like ammo ain't cheap. What are you doing for fun, bro?
I think maybe he makes his own ammo.
You know,
feel
Ryan,
like that would
around
cost-
here,
I feel like that would cost more money.
wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't it cost more money? Like
I don't know. I've never tried.
equipment, materials. Materials aren't cheap nowadays, right? Why the hell are we talking about this?
Because there's nothing else to talk about.
Right, I'll give you a question. I can start it off as people come in.
Let's do it.
Ramondre Stevenson or Javonte Williams in the championship of a 14-team league?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fun fact. Seth, in any question, I'm going to go to you first and then bring it around town. So we'll start with you, Seth.
Bring it around town.
And I do pose this question because Javonte's questionable. I imagine he plays, so I'm not worried about that. But Stevenson plays Jacksonville. My other options on the bench are Cortland Sutton, who for some reason is the best receiver on the field that no one wants to throw to. Elijah Moore, I picked up just in case someone gets COVID at the last second and he maybe gets activated. And then I have Cam Akers on the slight off chance that Sean McVay wants to run him 35 times on Sunday.
Well, they are
I think
calling.
he already said he's not playing.
Yeah, Eagers got rolled out, I think.
Does he?
earlier
Okay,
today.
he has the questionable tag on ESPN. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
where did we see that? Because everything I'm reading says he's likely to make his debut.
Yeah, he's
Really?
officially listed as questionable for Sunday's game, though head coach Sean McVay said earlier that the running back is unlikely to make a season debut. So it's questionable, but he's unlikely. So more of the D tag than the Q tag. But that's why I say Javonte or Ramondre Stevenson. It's a 4-person bench. Like, it is not a deep bench.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both great matchups. I mean, I think you have great matchups on both of them. They're both committee backfields. That's really what the struggle is here. I mean, when I'm thinking game flow, though, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. If Javonte is going to come into this fully healthy, I think I would probably, like, against the Chargers, you're going to see a lot of dump offs to him. He makes his game in the passing game. So, he's a solid play, but against the Jaguars, the Patriots are just going to run it down their throat. Mac Jones might have another 3 passing attempts in this one. So I think the safer play is Williams, but the higher ceiling might be Ramondre.
I'm going to disagree with the higher ceiling because I think Damian Harris showed last week that he could just scoop up all the touchdowns. And then we saw Rex Burkhead fall into the end zone twice for Houston against this Chargers defense. So give me Javonte. I understand Gordon's questionable as well. But give me Williams. Williams statted out quite high for me. He seems over the last 4 games to be taking more of the passing work Javonte Williams does. So I'll take Javonte.
Yeah. I'm going to say Williams also.
All right, so
For a lot of those exact same reasons.
Stevenson or Jacoby Myers?
I would go Jacoby Myers there.
Okay, fantastic. I'm glad we're all on the same page because this is what I have in my lineup is Williams and Jacoby Myers. Just wanted to check in, make sure. That's all. I have one team in championship week. That is
I
it.
have none teams in championship week.
Well, I
also only have one. So
I got Ryan's kiss of death in 2 leagues because James Robinson tore his Achilles.
Oh,
Oops.
no.
My bad.
I had Austin Eckler, who obviously had COVID, and the guy I played had Justin Jackson, so that was fun. 36 points against me, that should have been my points. And I started T. Higgins, too, so it was a great week for T. Higgins to drop 50 and for me to lose. So thank you, Ryan, for the kiss of death. I'm counting down the days till you're kicked off the show for these.
Who did we determine I kissed to death this week? Was it Rojo?
Oh, God. Oh, wait, I don't own I don't know a single share of him. Great.
Oh, it was
Curse
something
him.
on Wednesday. I don't know if it was Rojo, but it was something on Wednesday where I was just talking them up way too much. And
I just want to state for the record
probably was Rojo, honestly.
that I was clearly a year early on.
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah, him.
Faith, I was actually in a Scott Fishbowl mock draft with you last year.
Yeah, you were.
remember You took Keyshawn Vaughn probably in like the 4th or 5th round. And
I took Keyshawn Vaughn in the 4th round of Scott Fishbowl.
Yeah, she did it in the real draft.
Okay.
Was Keyshawn Vaughn even a 4th-round draft pick in the NFL draft?
maybe
Yes.
4th, maybe a 4th,
So-
yeah.
In my defense, it was my first year using MFL, and they don't list their players by ADP.
Yeah,
They list their rookies first.
yeah.
So it threw me off.
Actually, they do list it by ADP, but what screws up Scott Fishbowl is a bunch of rookie drafts are going on at that time. And so all of the
Gotcha.
rookies' ADP is super inflated. Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it's like all MFL is because so many people that do Dynasty do it on MFL. So all their
Yeah.
rookie drafts that are in, March and April, May, June, July, like that's all preloading the ADP, which is putting the rookies front and center.
I think just be better.
Going through, though. He wasn't bad.
Hey, I'm with you. Be better, yeah.
Be better. It's that simple. Just be better. Also, did you guys know we could stream to...
What just happened?
I don't know. I was waiting for you to get kicked out because your internet's garbo. But I was going to say we could stream to LinkedIn, which is cool.
Oh, wow.
No one gives a shit. No one will
not
ever
know
watch
we
us
did
on LinkedIn. I just wanted to throw that out there for those
like
looking at the business side of StreamYard. You can stream to LinkedIn. So and Hoppin, whatever Hoppin is.
So, anyways, great start.
I feel like these are things we need to take advantage of if nobody else is doing it.
That's
We
what
were
I'm
supposed to
saying.
have a LinkedIn sponsored segment this year.
That's right.
LinkedIn didn't
Working
sponsor
on that.
us.
I gotta reach back out to my contact. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, LinkedIn didn't sponsor us. We're gonna do the.
We also have to reach out to another one of our contacts, Josh. Make that connection happen.
Why are you guys so fucking mysterious?
Yeah, we're talking in code now.
Yeah, like
She,
involve
Like
everybody.
my tweet this morning.
When Josh and Faith talk code, it feels like all of us are third wheeling together. Me, Seth, and Ryan. We're just there awkwardly as like 60% of the date, and we don't understand any of what they're saying.
I think we're gonna have to face the harsh reality that we did not get a lot of our people into the finals.
Yeah, that. Well, no, hold on. I like to think they're fucked out of their mind. That's what I like.
Right?
That's true.
I was
like-
gonna say last year's championship week, we got like all the questions started popping like right towards the end of the show,
It
Yeah.
also
and
wasn't
then we
New
ended
Year's
up going
Day.
like an extra hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't New
People.
Year's Day.
Yeah, people also weren't up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
the night before.
At least 2 a.m.
Yeah, the night before. So that
Yeah.
Yeah, because the night before was Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was the morning after Christmas. Everyone was.
Yeah,
more,
last year our New Year's show was our airing of the fantasy grievances. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, on New
Which we'll be
Year's.
doing again next week.
I'd say, and that show was, I remember, kind of dead. So we need to learn that lesson. And if we have a show around this day, maybe we just cancel it.
ours, I thought our airing of the fantasy grievances was hilariously fun.
No, it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was,
Just there just wasn't a lot of interaction due to the fact that people were probably shit faced. So
Yeah, this is true.
What time's the wedding, Joe?
2 p.m. Eastern.
No.
So
Welcome back to the Eastern Time Zone.
yeah, excited to get back in the Central Time Zone. It's nice.
Where are you at, Seth?
I am live from Happy Valley, PA.
Happy Valley.
That's
baby.
Penn State, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Happy Valley. I don't get it.
Hey, man.
I don't get it.
The real story is like everywhere around here is like a small ass town, and then Happy Valley is just like in the center of the state. There's nothing around it, and then it's just a huge little nice little downtown scene, nice little shopping scene here, great hiking. So I mean, dude, come to the valley, you're gonna be happy, man.
I mean,
Come to the valley, you're gonna be happy.
so many awful jokes to make that I will not make about Penn State's past. But we'll continue.
We are not starting our new year off like that, Joe.
Well,
How
I mean, yeah, why not?
I'm curious to know how many of your friends are happy that Michigan lost, Ryan.
I mean, honestly, the Big Ten tends to root for the Big Ten after the games are over. So
Yeah.
That is
All
not
of
how it
my-
happens in the SEC.
yeah, all of my friends would much rather have seen Michigan than Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, I also lived in Georgia for 3 years, so
Yeah,
those
that's
friends
true.
are all ecstatic right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then probably my closest friend is a Michigan fan, but he knew going into the game that it wasn't going to go well, so he had hoped it had went better. To be perfectly honest, everybody I know was rooting for Cincinnati. That's all we really cared about.
for
Cincinnati's
sure.
coach is a former Ohio State coach, so a huge connection there. And we all
Also,
wanted
everybody
Cincinnati,
likes
so.
to see Alabama lose.
Yeah, and there's
Unless
that,
you're
so.
Christian, Joe's roommate.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Not
so-
my roommate. No, my roommate's Maggie.
Josh's roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. We love Maggie.
I'm aware. Same, I guess.
We love her.
All right, so before we get into the injuries, I'll pose some lineup questions also for
No.
my lone championship.
Oh.
No.
All right, go ahead.
So fairly similar to our Club Fantasy Dynasty draft or Dynasty League. start one running back, start one wide receiver, one tight end, and then 3 flex. So currently, I'm starting Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Would you start over any of them?
No.
I have Damian Harris on the bench. I have Hunter Renfrow at Indy.
God.
I have Javonte Williams at the Chargers.
Come on, Seth.
This is a good team.
That one's
Mike
an easy
Williams versus Denver.
game. Damian Harris over Nick Chubb.
I was just going to say, Damian Harris might need to find a way into that
Next
lineup.
question.
Yeah, but against Pittsburgh, who sucks against the run?
Yeah, they're going to get ran over.
Who are the other options, though?
It's Ben Roethlisberger's last game. Pittsburgh bought a ball out.
About a ball out.
Early. Michael, welcome to the chat. I have Chick-fil-A now that has been delivered to me.
What'd you say, Joe?
I have Chick-fil-A that has been delivered to me.
Oh.
So
Hi, Maggie.
I'll be eating the Chick-fil-A before it goes cold as we answer questions.
How does it feel to be back in the land with Chick-fil-A's?
There's a Chick-fil-A in Bismarck now, so.
Oh, really? That's
Good
cool.
times. Yeah, it only took
Wait.
like 150 years for the city to realize they needed chicken in it, but that's fine. I'd put Damian Harrison over Nick Chubb.
Ooh.
Yeah. I also have a massive, I'm going to put it out there during championship week, and to me that's a massive put it out there during championship week move, so. He also scored 3 touchdowns last week.
I know. Well, and that's kind of my point. Is do we really think he's going to do that again? Is kind of my point.
Do you have to start 2 wide receivers? Is that?
No, I don't have to.
I could maybe see Amari Cooper taking the bench over Damian Harris. I mean,
that was the one that I was thinking of.
I love Cooper this week.
Do we all know not to tell Josh to sit Deontay Johnson? Because I'm also contemplating that.
Yeah, that's not happening. Come on.
I say that's your biggest worry in the lineup right now. Vegas has Pittsburgh projected at 19 fantasy points. If the Browns decide to key on a Deontay Johnson, you're looking at a Najee Harris touchdown almost guaranteed. And then if Freiermuth gets that other touchdown, it's Deontay who gets left in the cold. So
still going to have 15 targets, so it doesn't matter to me.
15 targets with 11 of them landing short of him and then 12 of them landing over his head. So
Big Ben's going to show up, man. I think last game at Heinz Field, 17 years at it, I think he's going to show one more time.
How many steroids and how much Vicodin do you think they shoot him up with before the game?
Not enough.
Real quick. Ballpark guess, Barry Bonds level, Sammy Sosa level. What are we thinking?
I think Will Fuller level.
Fantastic. Just enough to get suspended, but no one will care because it's his last game. I love that. I love that.
All right, let's get to Michael's question.
Happy Valley, PA, baby.
Miles Garrett literally said that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure this is Big Ben's final game. He is going to murder this man.
Wow.
On the field.
So does that mean
he's going to beat him to death with a helmet?
I was about to say, does that also mean he's getting his helmet ripped off and beaten to death?
Wow.
Anyway, I just want to say for the record, every time anybody says Happy Valley, PA, now my brain automatically switches it to Harper Valley, PTA. And not many people understand that reference.
Not a single person.
It's a song.
Michael?
You animals. Okay, Michael, good morning. Welcome to this lovely show. Michael needs 2. Jarrett Patterson, Brandon Ayuk, Rashad Bateman, Gabriel Davis, and his opponent has Josh Allen, if that matters. Seth.
I mean, I think Patterson, with Gibson on COVID-19 list right now, I think Patterson's got to be in there. I don't know who else they have in that backfield. J.D. McKissick's still out, I believe, as well.
Jonathan Williams, the guy who used to play for Buffalo back in the day. So
I think he made a spot start for the Colts maybe last year, the year before as well, and had a good showing. But yeah, I think Patterson's definitely the play here. The other one, I mean, Gabriel Davis has been really good. It'd be hard to sit him. Brandon Ayuk might have the highest volume and safest floor out of those receiver options. But if you're looking for upside, I think it's Gabriel Davis.
I would love to know Emmanuel Sanders is out before I went Gaby Davis, but I agree. It's Patterson and Davis. Ayuk is interesting, but we also have the X factor of Trey Lance, and then Bateman has, I don't even want to call Huntley an X factor. Huntley's looked good, but there's a lot of variables that go into Ayuk and Bateman, whereas with Davis and Patterson, you're good. Now there's the game theory that Davis doesn't score unless Josh Allen scores. So do you hex Josh Allen and hope that he fails miserably? In that case, I would go Brandon Ayuk. So,
Joe.
I'll go Patterson and Gabriel Davis. Jared Patterson will take Antonio Gibson's job. In my head, he'll take it. Not in real life. In my head, he'll take it because I want Jared Patterson to be a starting running back. But I do think Patterson will have a
all of my dynasty
solid
shares of Jarrett Patterson that's been
Yes.
sitting on my taxi squad this entire season in just about every league want that to happen so
Yes.
bad. So.
He says he has Stephon Diggs
He has
as well.
Diggs too.
So that's a double dip with Davis and Diggs.
Double dip.
I'm okay with Patterson and who's Baltimore playing? Why are we so far off on Bateman?
Rams.
The Rams.
Okay, yeah. So that's no bueno. Yeah, God, I hate it, but Patterson drop one of these guys and don't play Brandon Ayuk because that's just me morally saying I can't play Ayuk this season.
Joe's contractually obligated to never say Brandon.
Yeah, to never say Brandon Ayuk. But I mean, in this situation, I would not double dip with Davis and Diggs. I would go Patterson and Ayuk.
Josh.
I mean, it is a good matchup against Atlanta.
It is.
Oh, great matchup.
That is tough.
Remember what happened last year in
I mean,
championship
for me,
week?
it depends. What's Beasley's back off COVID, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
5-day
So
quarantine
Davis
now
now becomes the, third or fourth option, I guess, depending on how you feel about Dawson Knox in that scenario.
I mean, in the red zone,
Patterson
that's
definitely. I don't know. I feel like you could ultimately end up with very little from both Ayuk and Davis.
What's the waiver wire looking like? Is my question to Michael.
Michael, imagine coming to the show and Josh giving you no straight answer.
Right.
That's a tough life.
Happens every week, right?
I was gonna say
Every
it's
week.
literally every.
I would
week.
go Patterson and Ayuk, but again, if just like Seth said, if there's options on waivers, then we can definitely explore that. But
Your default move is Patterson and Ayuk because you shouldn't double dip, I think, in this situation. And Rashad Bateman doesn't have the best matchup. And I don't think Jalen Ramsey slides inside to cover Mark Andrews out of the tight end spot. I really don't think that happens.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I have the Rams projected as a huge game this week. And if Baltimore has to go out there and throw a ton, this could be a decent game for Bateman.
yeah, and we've seen Huntley key in. Like the first start, he keyed in on Bateman. The second one, he keyed in on Brown. And then Andrews had great games in both of them.
Are you anticipating a lot of garbage time, Ryan? Is that why you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can
Good point.
see that. You're playing for the second half at that point, and you got to hope that. I mean, if you can get 5 for 50 out of Bateman, I feel like that's still a solid day for you out of him.
Say scored his first touchdown last week, 2 weeks removed from a 100-yard game.
He's a good player.
That's a lot for Joe to admit because Minnesota doesn't produce good wide receivers.
Is that Chick-fil-A sauce you're opening, Joe?
It is Chick-fil-A sauce I'm opening. I like Tyler Johnson, so suck a dick.
Yeah, do not besmirch Tyler Johnson.
What are you talking about? I like Tyler Johnson. I literally came out and said, I like Tyler Johnson. I thought, Rashad Bateman. Well, they haven't produced a receiver, but I like Rashad Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good. Alabama still can barely produce an NFL starting quarterback, so thank you, Mac Jones, for saving Nick Saban's career.
Was Ayuk still in the doghouse in Lance's first start?
Week
Yes.
5.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I don't think he got out of the doghouse till like week 9.
Yeah, it was bad.
In
Yeah.
other streets, Herbert, Eckler, Cup, Diggs, Higbee, and the Bills D.
You have Cup and Diggs, you're fucking fine. You're good. You're gonna win. You'll go
Joe,
win.
don't talk with your mouth full.
You're gonna win, dude. Herbert and Eckler against Denver. Okay, real quick, let's break this down. Cup and Diggs. You know what? Power move. Don't even start another receiver. You don't even need to start Ayuk, Bateman, or Davis. Full power move your opponent and start one guy less. That was like what Pete did to Ruxin in the league. He started 7 against his 9, right? Tyler Higbee, you could also bench him because he's not even going to catch a football.
Oh no, Higbee's gonna have a good week this week.
No, I know. Against the Rams, he will have a good week.
Meet against the Ravens.
Michael, yes, against the Ravens. Michael, I'm sorry. If you don't win, you should quit because this is unfair. If you don't win, you should quit because fantasy football is unfair at this point.
So let's explore something here. Herbert is going up against Denver, who has played very well against fantasy quarterbacks this week. Are we worried about Justin Herbert? That's one of my most asked questions in my DMs this week is,
they're in LA though, right?
Herbert? They are in LA.
They're in LA.
Which doesn't matter because it's still a home game for Denver. But I just wanted to check in on
if Denver actually
altitude.
had an offense,
hey,
I would be somewhat worried.
Hey, Drew Lock is elite. That was your words before the season.
I never said he was elite.
You said Drew Lock should start over Teddy Bridgewater.
I did say he should start over Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, that does not mean he's elite.
He is elite.
Teddy Bridgewater is a very average NFL quarterback. So by that logic, then Drew Lock is slightly above average.
When they played in Denver, Herbert dropped 3 bills, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So, I mean, I guess you're not worried about Herbert. If he can kill one of those interceptions, he's in good shape. So,
I remember last year I said I had Herbert as my downside for Denver, and he put up a top 5 performance. And I always go, I don't like rookie quarterbacks in Denver, or first-time quarterbacks in Denver, and that one didn't pay off. So I am not worried about Herbert against Denver. He tends to play well in the division. He tends to play very well in the division.
I was, but now I'm like going back on it.
Yeah, he plays unbelievable against Kansas. His first start ever against Kansas City, that's like when he broke out because Tyrod Taylor got stabbed. So it's like that was his breakout game against Kansas City. And again, granted, Kansas City doesn't have a great defense. Of every defense in that division, Denver's number 1. But I really don't think anybody's going to get to Herbert. He can escape. He has a full roster this week, right? No one's on COVID IR. Everyone's full healthy to go.
My point being is that Herbert he just gets to play his game because Denver's offense is just stricken with COVID right now.
Yeah.
They're literally down to Kendall Hinton as their number 1 wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, funny enough, Kendall Hinton is on waivers.
There you go.
Go pick him up. No, I would. Sorry, Lucius. We see your question. How much faith do we have in Kenny Gallaudet being the only healthy receiver on the Giants?
Not a damn.
I am so happy all of us are just 100% zero. Don't start him.
He's wide receiver 81, I think, or something crazy this season.
There are more offensive linemen with touchdowns than Kenny Gallaudet.
Yeah,
like that's just sad.
Michael, if you get points for pancake blocks, N'Keal Harry is your play. Also, dropped footballs, N'Keal Harry is your play.
All right. Lucius, new name. Welcome to the club in 2022. He needs a tight end.
A team. A 10.
So he could either grab a Hunter Henry, Moreau, or a Pat Freiermuth. I'm gonna skip you for a second, Seth, and just start with our stream master general, who is a professional.
Well, my only
sorts of things.
I mean, Hunter Henry will never make the stream list because of rostership percentage. I like Freiermuth a lot this week. I'm staying away from Moreau. I don't trust him. I don't trust whether or not Waller's playing. Nothing about Foster Moreau is championship worthy. So it's really down to Henry or Freiermuth for me. Jacksonville's awful, but you have the issue that the running backs could steal all of the touchdowns. Cleveland is not great against the tight end. I would probably go Pat Freiermuth in this situation.
Seth.
Yeah, I probably have to agree with Ryan on that. Freiermuth's the safest play here. The floor, as we saw last week from Hunter Henry, is just non-existent. Pretty much, that's the whole deal for all these Patriots pass catchers. So, we could see Hunter Henry get in the end zone, but we could see a big Ramondre Stevenson, Damian Harris game. So I think if you want a safe floor and don't want a donut at your tight end position, I think Freiermuth has to be the play here.
Joseph, it's to you now.
I'm waiting to be called on. This face sometimes gets mad if I talk before I get called on. So I just wanted to wait.
Good job, Joe. Proud of you. You're learning.
I mean, if you firmly believe that Ben Roethlisberger is going to ball out in his final game, and you don't think he's throwing a Heath Miller 2.0, I still like Frymouth regardless. I agree with what everything Ryan said. There's no shot in living hell Jacksonville even sniffs the Patriots 20-yard line. So they could get blanked in this game.
Oh,
and
they
it could
will.
it could be all Patriots. It could be all Harris, all Stevenson. But J.J. Taylor might find the end zone twice when it's 45-0 in
Right.
the third quarter. So I don't like Hunter Henry at all this week. Obviously he's great, but just an unfortunate matchup during championship week.
I don't even know who Jacksonville, I haven't seen it yet, who they're elevating to be their second back. Right now it is Dare Ogunbowale.
Daria Gumbawale.
But I'm
He
saying
was
that's
he
their
was a play last
starter.
week.
That's
Oh.
their starter. They have because Hyde's on IR, J-Rob's on IR, and as of last week, nobody had been elevated yet. They have nothing. It might be Laviska Shenault. This might finally be the week.
Visca
It
breakout.
won't be. It won't be. I promise you.
Twitter might be insufferable if that happens.
Hold on. You heard it here. Ryan's stamp of approval for the week is Laviska Shenault.
Visca.
No.
Visca.
You know what?
To
I'm
the
taking
moon.
it a
That's like
step
kiss of
further.
death.
I'm taking it a step further. You remember the Ronnie Brown Wildcat game? 4
Yes.
tutties. 4 tutties for Visca this week.
Is it
Shots
possible?
fired.
Is
Buddy.
it possible for him to fumble 4 times, only touching the ball like twice? Is that possible? Is that possible in this
He
game?
falls, he picks it back up, and then loses
Fumbles
it
again on both touches that he has. Both touches of the game, he fumbles twice on each of those touches.
Or he tears
Happy
his
New-
ACL in the first quarter.
Oh,
Not great, Bob. Not great.
his name's Bob. That's Nate's cheat sheet card shop. That's not Bob.
Actually, it's not Nate's cheat sheet. It's Nate Cheats.
Oh,
That would be Nate from IDP, guys.
Yeah, it's IDP, guys. Nate.
Hi, Nate. Happy New Year, buddy.
hi,
Talk on
Nate.
Thursday.
I'm having Chick-fil-A for you.
For what it's worth, I know I wasn't called upon, but that's fine. I would go Frymouth as well. I do happen to like Foster Moreau in this matchup, though. The Colts are god awful against tight ends, and I think that they're going to find a way regardless.
wrong.
I personally don't think Darren Waller's going to play. He still has the knee issues on top of COVID, so I think they're just going to hold him out.
I think he got placed on IR yesterday, actually, later in the day.
Well,
Did
it's the COVID IR.
Okay.
IR,
So,
COVID IR, same thing.
But I think Frymouth is definitely the safer play. But I think, again, if you feel that you need to chase upside, Moreau definitely has that in a very good matchup.
So I saw Sing 2 yesterday. It was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't.
Oh.
I don't know what to add to that
Congrats, Joe.
conversation. Thank you.
So my,
Took a nap.
I don't know. Oh, nap sounds amazing right now. My motto going into last night's game was expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed.
There you go.
That'll be
luck.
my motto going into the national championship too. Wise words from
Indeed.
MJ, baby.
Interesting.
Want to run through the injury list, Ryan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. No major news. We announced all of this on Wednesday. Darrell Henderson to the IR. Cam Akers seems likely to play, but if it is, it's limited touches. It's a Sony Michel game. Adam Thielen to IR. He's done for the season. Darren Waller and Carson Wentz are on the COVID list. They both have a chance to come off that list tomorrow with a negative test. So it's tough to count on them, especially Waller, who's just missed all these weeks. So just be careful with both of them with everything you're doing. Wentz is a great streaming quarterback this week, but you just don't know what's going to happen with him. They are going into the game preparing for Sam Ehlinger at this point. So quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins and Teddy Bridgewater are out. Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo are doubtful, and then I have Wentz listed as doubtful because of the COVID list. Lamar Jackson is questionable, trending towards doubtful. Justin Fields is questionable, but they've already announced Andy Dalton will start and Nick Foles will back up. So Justin Fields is persona non grata this week. Miles Sanders is out. Antonio Gibson is out with COVID. No running backs are listed as doubtful. Damian Harris, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, James Conner, Jordan Howard, Eli Mitchell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Cam Akers, all listed as questionable. I think the two you really need to monitor here are Eli Mitchell, just because he hasn't played in weeks. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, basically Andy Reid said if he's able to go, he's going to go. And then I saw a report out of Philadelphia to expect a lot of Boston Scott this week. So Jordan Howard is a risky play. Wide receivers, Kadarius Toney, Traquan Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Nelson Aguilar, all listed as out. Jamison Crowder, doubtful. Questionable is Hollywood Brown, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Jacoby Myers, Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel Sanders, and then Darius Slayton is on that COVID list. He can come off tomorrow. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens there. Tight ends, James O'Shaughnessy is out. Darren Waller with COVID, listed as doubtful. Questionable is Tyler Conklin and Jack Doyle. Kickers, who are people too. Nobody's out or doubtful, and everything's right in the world. Nick Folk is listed as questionable.
Big Dick Nick.
So
in the league.
Eli Mitchell is an interesting one because San Francisco has Houston. Houston can certainly be run upon. You would expect San Francisco to be up in this game. If Eli Mitchell doesn't go, Josh, you're the person I know who's least high on Trey Lance. If Eli Mitchell is out, does that help you like Trey Lance a little bit more when it's just Jeff Wilson back there?
Yes, simply because, and as I was digging into this, and Ryan, I know that you saw my confidence plays this week, and I have Trey Lance as a fade, and it's more so because, again, the game that we played on Wednesday, Trey Lance or so-and-so, people literally want to play this guy and stream him over really good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's
so Seth, I see Seth shaking his head. Seth, are you a part of the Trey Lance doubt team as well?
I am actually. I had him as a sit in my column this week. I just don't know. Like, the Texans aren't the matchup everyone thinks they are. The Texans have actually really improved. They're top 8 in interceptions this year with 16. And they actually, I mean, I know they haven't played a lot of great rushing quarterbacks, but they've held opposing quarterbacks to the second least amount of rushing yards as well.
They've faced 4 of the top 9 rushing quarterbacks this year. Only Josh Allen has rushed for over 25 yards.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just don't see the ceiling here. And you know, we saw it in what, week 4, he had 20 points in one half. That was a great performance. But even week 5, when you played him, you're probably a little bit disappointed. So I love Trey Lance as a prospect. I think he's an amazing quarterback, and he will be. But here in championship weekend, I am not throwing him in my starting lineup.
Your saving grace might actually end up being rushing touchdowns. Houston has allowed 5, which is tied for the most among defenses in the NFL.
5 to quarterbacks, correct?
Correct, yeah, 5 to quarterbacks.
She's going to say 5 rushing touchdowns is the most allowed by any defense this year. Really, that was throwing me for a second, Josh. Just wanted to make sure.
But I've seen this question too: Tyler Huntley or Trey Lance.
Tyler Huntley.
And everybody's like, "Oh, give me Lance by a country mile." Well, guess what? No. We've already seen Tyler Huntley's ceiling. We haven't seen Trey Lance's yet.
Is it his ceiling though?
He was QB1.
Yeah,
against Green Bay.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty damn high ceiling.
Yeah, but I think his ceiling's bigger than that. Like
it could very well be. But the point I'm getting at is we've seen a ceiling game for Tyler Huntley. Yes. We have not seen that yet for Trey Lance.
I just lean on what Hutch brought up on Wednesday is Lance dropped 15 points without scoring a touchdown. What do you think he scores? You can't be projecting him to not score a touchdown against Houston. If he scores 1, you're at 21 points. If he scores 2, you're at 27 points, assuming his rushing upside remains the same.
That's not enough.
The hell it's not. That's what quarterbacks are putting up.
Shut up, Ryan.
I completely missed your sarcasm, Joe. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
So before Faith pulls up Andrew's question, I do want to say Tyler Huntley, shout out, QB1. I had him as my upside that week. Anyone who had Tyler Huntley as their upside quarterback or play against Green Bay, come at me. We'll be best friends. We can all rejoice in being the smartest people in the room together as one.
That week I had Duke Johnson and Brandon Cooks rated higher than any other fantasy pros.
He did. Yeah, Ryan had a great week. Was that 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Great week for Ryan. All right, Andrew, how you doing, man?
I just want to say for the record, Josh said a phrase that is common, but it just struck me. He said, longer than a country mile. A mile is a mile, whether it's a country, a city, a suburb, whatever. Why is that phrase a thing?
No idea.
The country is long.
Yeah, so it seems longer. It's more of a metaphorical length, I guess.
Andrew, good morning.
There's no traffic in the
Moving
country
on
though, so
real
wouldn't a
quick.
city mile technically be longer?
No,
Probably,
because
yeah.
a mile is
Time-wise, yeah.
4,280 feet. 5,280
How long
feet.
do we stall before we actually answer Andrew's question? That's-
Andrew wants to
that's the
know
real
Michael
question.
Carter, DJ Moore, or Rashad Bateman if Hollywood sits. Seth.
This is a good one. I mean, we've already kind of dove into Bateman a little bit, and he's been solid the last 2 weeks. He had his first touchdown last week. I think if Hollywood does sit, I think Bateman's probably the play out of this group here. That being said, like DJ Moore, we kind of know the situation here. The revolving door at quarterbacks for the Panthers kind of limits any high ceiling for him. He's going to have, a floor of possibly double-digit fantasy points. And Michael Carter, I don't know. Michael Carter's a tough one because he ran wild last week, over 100 rushing yards. But I think if Marquise Brown plays, Bateman is my answer here.
So you like Bateman more if Brown plays?
Oh, sorry, sits.
Okay. I would go DJ Moore. Darnold's going to throw most of the passes. I know that's not exciting, but they're going to be far more catchable than if Cam Newton's drilling him at DJ Moore's feet. So,
Joe.
Cam Newton still hasn't won a start in a Carolina Panthers uniform since 2018, and that's a proud stat that I wear on my chest.
I say he's not starting.
Yeah, so if he wins this game and he plays, still doesn't count, which is
Exactly. Fuck Cam
chef's
Newton.
kiss. Glad
Yeah, how do we feel about Cam Newton, Joe?
I don't know. I mean, how do we feel about...
He listed off 72 quarterbacks he would rather have
73,
excuse me.
73. You know, weirdly enough, Tim Boyle now makes that list, so 74. Because he almost beat Atlanta. So, what the hell are we talking about? DJ Moore. Did we not see what the hell Jalen Waddle? And I'm not saying that they're going to run that exact same style and DJ Moore runs everything Jalen Waddle does. But if he did, he'd run it just as good as Jalen Waddle, if not better. So and also Sammy D's back, baby. Sam Darnold, the only quarterback that can kind of throw on the roster. So promising.
Yeah.
I like it this week. Who knows? Maybe Alvin Kamara learns to play football again, and Carolina has to play from behind the whole game, which would be great. But out of this, it's DJ Moore for me. I do like Bateman, but DJ Moore.
I think DJ Moore has the safest floor of all of these players. So
he's got
I'll
5
go
catches and 70 yards in him.
Exactly. I think that's the safest. Depending on how the matchup looks, we don't have Thursday games to go off of, so you're not like really starting from behind, but just kind of looking at the lineups and matchups on paper. If you need upside, I really like Michael Carter this week. The Tampa Bay run defense hasn't been what it has been of late, and they allow the second most receptions to running backs on the season. And Michael Carter has proven to be a very solid pass-catching running back. They're going to end up playing from behind. That's going to benefit the air game in terms of running back dump-offs. I think Carter could have a very high ceiling this week.
For example, if you're playing a team with Cooper Kupp and Stephon Diggs and Austin
There
Eckler,
exactly. Chase that upside.
you might want a tiny bit of upside. I still think the upside lands more with DJ Moore because it is what Saints defense is going to show up that day because we have seen them be utterly dominant or suck. And there is no in between with that team. So you're also hoping, you're getting a mediocre Saints defense that week so DJ Moore can put up good points.
Moore in his in his last 5 games, he hasn't had less than 79 yards against the Saints.
And he's also, of his 10 career touchdowns, he's scored most of them against the Saints, I believe.
No, he only has 2 against the Saints.
Who's the team I'm thinking of? It's in his division. It's got to be the Falcons or the Buccaneers.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, one of the two. But earlier this year, I brought up that stat that of his 6 career touchdowns, he's caught 4 of them against X team.
So no, he only has 2 against Atlanta.
If I'm in my championship, I'm not sitting DJ Moore. That's just all it really comes down for me. So
yep, DJ Moore, Smokey.
I mean, to be fair, Moore only has like 4 career touchdowns, so he's
Yeah.
not going to have a whole lot against anybody.
I'd say, what are we worried about DJ Moore scoring touchdowns for? 13.
Yeah, you're. I mean,
DJ
you're
Moore
banking
will
on
score a
yardage.
touchdown.
He has two career 100-yard games against, what you
Saints.
call it? Yeah.
Marshawn
Oh, I
Lattimore
stand
is
corrected. He has 5 career receiving touchdowns. That's what it
Hmm.
is. I'm looking at rushing attempts.
He should be
Maybe it's a
fine.
new year, new DJ Moore. Maybe it's the touchdown.
It is.
It
It all
is.
starts.
He has 2 multi-touchdown games against New Orleans.
That's what
That's
it was.
impressive.
That's what it
Boom.
was. That was what it was.
Okay, Smokey the cat.
Just in case you didn't get the cat the first time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smokey the cat is a cat. Just
Yeah, it's just
Clarifying.
identifying as a cat.
Look at the cat.
Happy New Year, Smokey. In a full PPR, he needs 3. Jacobs, Rojo, Sony, St. Brown, AB, and Cooper. Seth.
Whew.
Well, Sony's the auto start out of this group for me. We know the opportunity is going to be huge. Man, those are a lot of good options. I mean, I think Cooper, I'm guessing that's Amari. I think he has to be in your lineup, probably locked as well. Then I think you could honestly have a conversation between Josh Jacobs and Ronald Jones there. I mean, I love St. Brown too. I think he's a solid play, but he did it last week with no Goff. But it's probably Rojo for me. I'm a known Josh Jacobs doubter though, so I'd love to hear Ryan's opinion on this.
It's big for me. So Rojo and Cooper are my auto starts. I love Amari Cooper this week. I have him statted out as a top 10 wide receiver. Rojo's going against the Jets. As long as he doesn't fumble, it should be a monster Rojo game.
Yeah.
I'm not as high on Sony as you just because of the funnel defense that is Baltimore. Baltimore, I think Matt Stafford goes bananas in this game. And then I am a notorious lover of the Sun God. It is hard for me to ever say to bench Amon-Ra St. Brown, especially in full PPR. I have Sony's volume is guaranteed. It's just a question of whether or not he finds the end zone. And it's ridiculous, but I have Matt Stafford throwing for all of the touchdowns this week. I would say Sony has the far safer floor. If I was playing for ceiling, I'm also down on Jacobs with you, but I would go ARSB.
ARSB.
Yep.
Joe.
So I just want to check. Ryan, you said, who'd you say? St. Brown?
Rojo and Cooper are my must starts. Sony for floor, Sun God for ceiling.
Okay, so Ryan said smash Rojo and Cooper, so you're benching them. And he said start Amon-Ra St. Brown. So here's who I'm going to tell you to start. Josh Jacobs, Sony Michel, and Antonio Brown. And I'm down on Josh Jacobs. But for the fact that Ryan said he's down on him means he's going to go off. So Josh Jacobs, Sony Michel, Antonio Brown all combined to outscore Ronald Jones, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amari Cooper.
Amon-Ra.
Am I confident in that answer? Hell no. Am I confident in the Ryan Juju effect? Yes. Yes.
Okay, is it Amon-Ra or is it Amon-Ra?
It's Amon-Ra. He's
that's what
literally
I thought.
named after the Egyptian sun
Amon-Ra.
god. So
Amon-Ra. That sounds like
yeah, keep in
Amon-Ra.
mind none of us are pronouncing Egyptian words correctly.
Amon-Ra. S-T for around it.
Or you just throw a little southern in it. Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra.
I too am down on Jacobs, and to me, that's more of the matchup. He has been the absolute safest RB2 play on the season. I think he only has 3 starts this year below a top 24 performance, and he has like 2 top 12 finishes. It's like he literally is the definition of an RB2 this year. But we've seen the Colts; they play good run defense, so there's just very limited upside there. Rojo, obviously, smash matchup. He is the chalk play. There's no freaking way that you can bench him, and if he fails, it's just it's
because he tore his Achilles like James Robinson did.
basically, yeah.
And Ryan gave him the stamp of approval. So
Amon-Ra
Right.
feels like the safest bet, although DeAndre Swift is coming back this week, so it will be very interesting to see how that offense looks with St. Brown and Swift. AB, to me, feels like the smash play here because Brady, they don't have anybody else.
He's a little banged up though. I think.
I say
AB.
foot injury, and they're not
It does
guaranteeing
not
he's even going to
matter.
play.
He'll play.
It
If AB
doesn't
plays,
matter.
I feel like you have to play him.
Also,
Cooper, I do like the matchup, but AB's gonna get all the freaking targets. Him and Gronk.
You know who
Also-
else is going to get all the targets? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
also,
Well, and again, that's why I would go Rojo, I would go St. Brown, and I would go Antonio Brown.
Joe, speak.
Shut the fuck up for just a second. Didn't last week
What
Tyler
was that?
Johnson played?
So anyway, Josh.
Tyler Johnson played the whole game, and he didn't have a catch.
I think he had
Right?
2 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? And Antonio Brown obviously had everything, and Keyshawn Vaughn for some reason actually did something good. So
That's just a year early, baby.
a year early and about 25 rounds early as well.
Yeah, if Rojo could have done that, I might still be in my home league championship. But
But you want to know what, Ryan? Stamp of approval this week, so you might want to.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's the Jets, man. Come on.
You said that last week.
And Darren Guabale had 60 yards and a touchdown. James Robinson would have had a Bill 20 and 3 touchdowns if he played that entire game.
You know what, Ryan? You know what Dario Gumbawale getting 60 yards and a touchdown means to me? Nothing. Because I am now out on the chance of $1,000 thanks to your fucking stamp of approval. You now owe me $1,000, Ryan. How about that?
You were never benching James Robinson against the Jets under no
No, I
circumstance.
wasn't. But you want to know what I could have done? I could have kept him in my lineup. He would have been healthy if you didn't blabber your mouth saying stamp of approval.
I mean, he had
God.
everyone's stamp of approval. I just said he
You
was
have
going to be
literally given
the
four.
RB1.
You've given 4 tight ends your stamp of approval, and they have all consistent combined.
They are not my stamp of approval. That
Yes,
was my gut
yes.
call of the week.
Okay, stamp of approval, gut call, whatever you want to call it. You've been bullshit at it this whole year, and
It's
they
two different
combined.
things.
They combined in those 4 games that you gave those guys your gut call.
It's 2 different things.
0 targets. All 4 of them combined.
I think it was 0 catches, not 0
No.
targets.
Okay,
No,
anyway,
0
pick
targets.
a flex. Edmonds, Swift, or Cooper in a half PPR. Seth.
Oh, man. If James Conner is going to be out, Edmonds is a really nice play. I have Swift in a couple leagues and in some championships. I'm a little afraid to play him. I think he has some upside, but we don't know what the floor is going to be. I think it's Amari Cooper, though. I think it's just he's so safe, especially in a half-point PPR. It's hard to bench him.
Yeah, no way I'm starting Chase Edmonds over Amari Cooper. If I knew what Swift we are getting, it's in the realm of possibility, but it's Amari Cooper for me.
Joe.
God, it's gonna suck when Arizona loses in the first round after being the 1 seed all season. Amari Cooper and Dallas, and my only worry is Dallas does have a less than pleasant game after actually executing the Washington football team on national television.
Yes.
That's the only worry is that they have it's like a trap game for them because it is a really good team on paper. So that's my only worry with Cooper. But you can't bench him. Cooper, if they play it right, he should have over 100 yards and maybe 2 touchdowns because Arizona's that bad.
Josh.
Cooper. For all
All right.
the reasons everybody said.
And the final question this morning, Hurts or Lance? Seth.
Don't think about it. Jalen Hurts. Don't get cute. This isn't the time.
I'm a notorious hater, and I knew someone was going to say it. I just didn't know it was going to be Seth before me because I like Seth. I'm a notorious hater of the phrase "don't get cute." Cannot stand it. Don't get cute. It's Jalen Hurts. I love Trey Lance. It is Jalen Hurts.
If Ryan says a phrase that he hates,
Yeah.
then you know that's who he's going with, in which Joe's probably going to tell you to go with somebody else.
No. Just to be a dick, and when I'm right, Trey Lance. Just to be a dick, and I know I'm gonna.
I literally just said that.
I
No.
know. I know I'm gonna be right. Trey Lance. It's not even a question. I know now because Ryan used a phrase he doesn't like, so I know I'm gonna be right. It's not even things that have anything to do with football. It's just Ryan and his aura
Ryan's
this
bad
year.
juju.
It's Ryan's aura this year. It's very strange. So, Trey Lance. Trey Lance, and I'm so excited for it to be right. You have no idea.
Well, what's funny is that if you win, I win because Trey Lance is my stream of the week.
High five.
Ryan literally has been
Go
bragging all year about his four-eyed belt from last year and how he was going to win 2 in a row and how he was going to be the first back-to-back. And where are you in that, Ryan?
Well, I'm
Lost
going
it.
to win.
Cockiness got you nowhere.
I'm going to win. I guess I'm in it. I'm going to win the fake tournament for Four Eyes. I'm just no longer alive in the big tournament.
The fake tournament?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can still win your division, and some of the like charitable contributions will go towards that. But it's the playoff set, tournament of all 4 divisions coming together. Kind of.
I don't think I'm even winning my division.
I got knocked out by Prestige, who's actually in. Excuse me, he's in my division. He got shafted all year. He had the most points for, just a little more than me, but he also had like 400 more points against than I had.
Are you still alive in the sleeper tournament?
No, because we played each other in the.
Oh, so you were in the
tournament.
sleeper tournament and in the.
Yes, I got knocked out in my division and in the whole thing because we played each other that week, and I looked at my lineup. I said I set the perfect lineup outside of T.J. Watt, and even if I put in Fred Warner or Shaq Thompson, I still would have lost by like 10.
Yeah.
So T.J. Watt really not pulling his weight for my team like he has all year kind of killed me. So
3-11 in four-eyed. I ain't winning jack.
sheesh.
You should.
The answer is hurt, Smokey.
Yeah, you should ask questions when I
Lance.
start sit show next year.
The most consistent QB1 on the season gets a cake matchup against Washington, who allow the most fantasy points to quarterbacks.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
Bounce back game.
No,
Get ready.
No healthy running backs. There's so many things going.
Is
in
Miles
for
Sanders
this year.
hurt?
Yeah.
Out.
Fuck, I was gonna say Miles Sanders left 3 touchdowns this week, but that's
No, that'll be Boston Scott.
Yeah.
Just kind of further proving the theory that Nick Sirianni hates Miles Sanders. So, yeah.
and he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, to the business at hand.
Apparently, we have 2 things of business. So
Yeah.
Time to give away the signed Chris Godwin jersey
See,
as a result of us hitting 300 subscribers this year. So
Congrats,
first
guys.
off, I just want to say
thanks.
thank
Seth.
you to everybody that has supported us all year long. We've more than doubled our subscriber base on YouTube this year. We started the year at just over 100. So, yeah, I just absolutely blown away by the support. And thank you so much to everybody that's hit that subscribe button. And let us spin said wheel, where I got to find it first.
God, Josh, this
We
is
are very professional here.
Josh,
at
this
Club
is a
Fantasy
professional
Birthday
show.
Night.
This is a professional show.
All right, there we go, guys.
We don't just eat Chick-fil-A and answer questions on air.
As
Jeez.
2 of us
So
are
many, right?
streaming from a bed.
Yeah.
so many names on the wheel.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
So
I
many
can't
names.
sleep.
Yes, there's and for the record, there are many people that have subscribed whose profile, are not public. So I apologize if your name is not on the list. Just send one of us a DM. You could send it to the
Club Fantasy.
Club Fantasy YouTube or Twitter,
Twitter?
Facebook,
Holy
Instagram,
shit.
all that
Club
crap. You
Fantasy
can
FFL
send
on
individually
Twitter.
to us, whatever. All right,
Write it down.
spinning the wheel, everybody.
Send
Let's
it
see
via
who
email.
wins said Chris Godwin jersey.
I'm rooting for Matt Mendez because I want to steal it from him.
My money's on Michael.
Michael.
Who
All
is it?
right, Cade. I know you've chimed in on several of our streams this year.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
So I'll look to reach out to Cade and try to get him this jersey, just like we did with the signed Javonte Williams jersey. If I do not hear from you within 2 weeks, we're giving it away and spinning it again. So
Thanks to-
we'll do my best to get in touch with Cade, and we will try to make this happen. Now, for the extra
Now?
prize,
I don't even know what this is.
because
For the
I
extra
am
surprise.
in such a giving mood.
Joshy
Great.
Claus over here.
I wanted to be generous to the people that have actively supported us, and what I mean by actively is chiming in on the streams, showing up week in and week out, interacting with us, asking questions, making comments, whatever it is.
Free
And we're giving away special designed Ryan Weiss $10 bills. Sorry, continue with the actual announcement.
That's fantastic.
So I've decided that I'm going to give away a signed DJ Moore jersey.
To me.
And this is a vintage because it's the sign number 12.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Rare.
So we're going to give this one away
Thank
to
you, Ryan.
some of our more active listeners. Now I got to find that tab.
Oh, you made a specific tab.
I made a specific tab. Yeah, I went back through
A lot less
a
names.
lot of our streams
Wow, what a guy.
to
I like how Gianni's name is on there.
Of
yeah,
course
to
he is.
pull the different names, and
I want
I'm going to
Ludwig.
give away a signed DJ Moore jersey to one of our active listeners.
I want Elixirs to win. I want to
I
give
want
Elixirs
this
some love.
to sort of be
Oh, Blue Crew.
Blue Crew.
Nice.
There you go, buddy. If I
I don't
can't
know
get
who
a
that
hold of
is.
you, I will
Who
spin
is
it
that?
again literally with these exact names. But
Is that a Wednesday
so-
person?
the
Yes.
point of this whole exercise is when you show up to our streams every week and you interact with us, guess what? I'm going to do my best to try to take care of you guys because I am that appreciative of all of your support and interactions because that helps us grow. And honestly, it helps us be more entertaining because otherwise we're just talking to ourselves. And as much as that's entertaining, it's not as entertaining as you guys
But
keeping
you
us on
saw-
our
If you saw the first 20 minutes of this show, you know how fucking dreadful it is if you don't ask questions.
Well,
To quote,
considering this show is built off of listeners' questions,
Yeah.
and we didn't have questions because everyone was hungover. That was
To be
fun.
fair, it gave me time to get all of my Thrive research done for my
There you
book.
go.
That's true. I do feel like
And
we
I
have
do
to
have
Oh, go
one
ahead.
last announcement.
Oh, Jesus
Uh-oh.
Christ.
Hold
You
on.
said there was
One
only
last
two.
announcement.
Oh,
Josh, I
so-
wasn't prepared.
Josh,
No, okay.
hold on. Josh said, I want to take care of you to like those people who show up and blah blah blah. None of you will probably understand this, but I just had a Chicago moment. If you take care of
The
Mama,
band?
Mama takes care of you. No, the musical.
The band or the city?
Guys,
musical.
guys, I don't know if you saw this. Seth just took a shot of vodka, so he's clearly
Love it. Love it.
All I
No,
know
I
is
missed that. Dang it.
it was a clear liquid.
Hair of the dog.
If I had taken a shot of vodka, it would not go well.
Happy Valley, baby. Shots of vodka and weed to go around.
Oh, what
Let's
was
go.
it, Seth?
Just
So
a good
one
old
last
H2O.
announcement. Usually what we
Vinegar.
do is I'll wait and
Oh.
make an announcement like when we hit a milestone and I'll say, hey, we're going to give away this. So what I want to do is I want to make that announcement now
Yes.
so that for those that happen to watch or be watching or end up watching it after the fact, they will know, hit that subscribe button because when we hit 350 subscribers,
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
do another giveaway.
I need about
And for that
about
giveaway,
350.
I'm going to give
350.
away a signed Keenan Allen jersey.
Yes.
Oh, I already have one. That's fine.
Yeah, you're welcome. asshole.
Yeah, I already have one. That's fine. I want
So
to
when we
enter
hit
this giveaway.
350, I'm going to give away a signed Keenan Allen jersey to a lucky subscriber. And as I mentioned, when you hit subscribe, if your profile is not public, send us a screenshot. Let one of us know. So that way I put you on said spinning wheel and we make everybody's lives happy.
Boom.
So there
I
you
need
go.
about
Boom.
350.
Awesome.
LFG.
Bitty. Seth, before I wrap this up, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for the opportunity to come on with you today. It was excellent. Hope to be back more here in 2022. We'll
Hell
definitely
yeah.
have to have you on our podcast as well. My name's Seth Woolcock. I am the founder of In Between Media. Over to In Between Media, we do things a little bit differently. We combine feel-good lifestyle advice with our fantasy sports analysis. We love bringing people home championships, but we also love helping people live life to the fullest potential. So if you want more of that, you can find me on Twitter at @between_SethFF. You can find the site, the show, everything we were doing over at In Between Media at IBT_media. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Seth.
For-
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, thank you for joining us. For Ryan at the Fantasy 5, for Joe at Joe_Zolo, for Josh at the One Hudsonian, and for myself at FF_Leap of Faith. This has been the very first Start Sit Different Day of 2022. And frankly, I couldn't imagine a more on-brand way for us to start the year.
DFS and chill tomorrow.
DFS and chill tomorrow with Ryan.
Yes.
Will Kira be joining you?
She is out this week. Non-COVID related illness. Well, hopefully
Mhm.
not COVID related,
no.
but I have
Yeah.
Sven from Rum Boys and Clinton Holmgren from IDP Guys.
Hey.
No way.
And that is it for this show, Josh. Final
the
news.
button.
Take us out.
Final news. Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, I was like,
Happy
Jesus,
New Year.
there's more.
I don't
No.
usually he
Just-
plugs articles and shows, so I just
Head to the website, www.clubfantasyffl.com. You can find all of our written content to get you ready to win in Week 17. Happy New Year, everybody.
And our Wednesday
Peace
show
out.
continues
Happy
all
New
year
Year.
long.